When I was about 8 years old, I first heard about something called climate change or global warming. I was told to turn off the lights to save energy and to recycle paper to save resources. I remember thinking that it was very strange that humans, who are an animal species among others, could be capable of changing the Earth's climate. But no one ever talked about it. You would think the media and every one of our leaders would be talking about nothing else, but they never even mention it. Nor does anyone ever mention the greenhouse gases already locked in the system, nor that air pollution is hiding a warming, so that when we stop burning fossil fuels, we already have an extra level of warming. Furthermore, does hardly anyone speak about the fact that we are in the midst of the 6th mass extinction, with up to 200 species going extinct every single day. Nor does hardly anyone ever speak about the aspect of equity or climate justice, clearly stated everywhere in the Paris Agreement, which is absolutely necessary to make it work on a global scale. If burning fossil fuels was so bad that it threatened our very existence, how could we just continue like before?
This Friday, many thousands of students across the country will go on strike from school, calling for emergency action on climate change. These brave and courageous kids are joining young people around the world who are angry at the failure of governments, including yours, to secure their future from global warming. Will you meet with and listen to these kids who are demanding action from your government to keep coal in the ground?
Mr Speaker, climate change is a very real and serious issue which demands the attention of governments at all levels, and it has the attention of this government. But I'll tell you what we're also committed to. Kids should go to school. That's what we're committed to. We don't support the idea of kids not going to school to participate in things that can be dealt with outside of school. What we want is more learning in schools and less activism in schools.
Around the year 2030, 10 years, 259 days and 10 hours away from now, we will be in a position where we set off an irreversible chain reaction that will most likely lead to the end of our civilization as we know it.
Around the world have missed classes to stage street protests against climate change.
Worldwide students started back in August of 2018. 18-year-old Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg began protesting outside her parliament.
I've got no idea why we're striking. Then, like, what on earth? You must be utter idiots if you're wondering why we're striking.
Protesting against climate change because politicians today are not willing to do enough about it. So we're taking to the streets.
Well, we have had rallies on the weekend. Workers, they don't go on strike when they're not working. So why should students go on strike if they're not at school?
It sort of made a statement again when people try and say that younger people in particular can't have opinions surrounding climate change, seeing that even really young kids know the science at this stage.
Some people say that I should be in school instead. Some people say that I should study to become a climate scientist so that I can solve the climate crisis. And why should I be studying for a future that soon will be no more, when no one is doing anything whatsoever to save that future? And what is the point of learning facts within the school system, when the most important facts given by the finest science of that same school system clearly means nothing to our politicians and our society? If I live to be 100, I will be alive in the year 2103. When you think about the future today, you don't think beyond the year 2050. By then, I will in the best case, not even have lived half of my life. What happens next? The year 2078, I will celebrate my 75th birthday. If I have children or grandchildren, maybe they will spend that day with me. Maybe they will ask me about you, the people who were around back in 2018. Maybe they will ask why you didn't do anything while there still was time to act. What we do or don't do right now will affect my entire life and the lives of my children and grandchildren. What we do or don't do right now, me and my generation can't undo in the future. Some people say that Sweden is just a small country and that it doesn't matter what we do. But I think that if a few children can get headlines all over the world just by not going to school for a few weeks, imagine what we could all do together if we wanted to. Today, we use 100 million barrels of oil every single day. There are no politics to change that. There are no rules to keep that oil in the ground. So we can't save the world by playing by the rules, because the rules have to be changed. Everything needs to change, and it has to start today.